Hello class 5 students. We have already covered half of the this chapter, Great Voyages of Discovery, and this chapter, Great Voyages of Discovery, is one of the chapters that will be there in your first unit. You will get your syllabus soon. Now coming on to the chapter, in the chapter, in the beginning of the chapter, we find what were the causes. Okay, why did the Europeans have to undertake these voyages, as you know, their journey by sea. So why did they need to undertake these voyages? What were the reasons behind it? And there we have seen that there were several reasons why they were there, like goods becoming too expensive, because since the Arabs were the only connection between Europe and Asia, so when the goods from Asia reached Europe, they became very expensive. So naturally, Europeans thought that if they could buy directly, they could enjoy the whole profit. Then the Ottoman Empire. Okay, the rise of Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire closed all the overland trade routes. So naturally, there was no connection, no trade with the East. So naturally, this compelled the Europeans to think otherwise. And not only this, the European rulers also started thinking that if they could have this relation, they could also expand their empires. Then travelers like Marco Polo, their accounts, then stronger ships, use of maps and charts. That is, maps, and not only maps and charts, but maps and charts were made in great detail. As to where is a harbor, where is a port, and the route, the sea routes, all these things. So naturally, with the help of a compass and those charts and maps, and with strong ships, people could make successful voyages. Now, after this, we come to the explorers. Who were the explorers? We have already studied about two famous explorers, that is Henry the Navigator and Bartholomew Diaz. Now, the common point between both Henry the Navigator and the Bartholomew Diaz was both followed the same sea route. That is, both thought that both were Portuguese. Portuguese is the country just after Spain. So they started from there. Though Henry the Navigator, he could not go. He did not go much far. He just went halfway through and discovered many lands, expanded trade. Bartholomew Diaz, what happened in his case? There were many strong currents. So he followed the currents, and he was able to reach till the tip of southern Africa. And when they went through that route by sailing around Africa, Christopher Columbus was thinking of going the other way round, that is round the Pacific. Christopher Columbus was an Italian sailor who lived in Spain. Though he was an Italian sailor, but he lived in Spain. He wanted to find a route to India and China in the east by sailing westwards. So whereas they sailed east, these two people sailed east, he sailed westwards. He thought that if he could go westwards, then he would be able to reach India and China. The king and queen of Spain helped him with ships and money. In 1492 CE, Columbus sailed from Spain. After sailing for 2 months, he reached the Bahama Islands in Caribbean Sea. So, if you see in the map on page 8, you'll find that just above the South America, okay, northern coast of South America, you have the here in this map over here, you have, you see here it is marked. Now these are the Bahama Islands in the Caribbean Sea, and not only this, Columbus thought that these were part of Asia. He undertook 3 more voyages and discovered many new lands in Caribbean Sea and north coast of South America. So all his voyages were surrounded, means here, okay, and he throughout his journeys he sailed for 2 months, and then he reached the Bahama Islands in Caribbean Sea, and he thought that it was part of Asia. Then again he undertook 3 more voyages and discovered many new lands in Caribbean Sea and north coast of South America. So he again discovered many new lands. He called these islands Indies, thinking that they were East Indies. So till his death, he was under the impression that he had found he was able to reach India. But what he actually found out is now called the West Indies and not the East Indies. Till his death, Columbus believed that he had found a route to the east. He did not know that he discovered America, a new continent. So each of the discoveries, or each of the explorers had some, contribution. And Christopher Columbus' contribution was that though he was under the misconception, but he had actually found out a new continent called America. And then we find that we have Vasco da Gama. Okay, now Vasco da Gama left Portugal in 1497 CE. He sailed around the Cape of Good Hope and reached the port of Calicut on the west coast of India in 1498 CE. He returned to Portugal in 1499 CE with ships full of Indian spices and goods. This discovery established direct trade relations between India and Europe. So the first successful person who was able to reach India was Vasco da Gama. And Vasco da Gama was once again a Portuguese sailor, and he also undertook the same route as Henry the Navigator and Bartholomew Diaz. And whereas Bartholomew Diaz reached till the southern tip of Africa, this is the Cape of Good Hope, Vasco da Gama continued his journey round that way, and he was successful in reaching India, the port of Calicut, in 1498 CE. In 1499, once again, he returned to Portugal, and he carried a lot of goods and merchandise and a lot of wealth along with him. And what this exploration did, what it established direct trade links between Europe and Asia, or Europe and India. We stop here today. We'll do the rest of it in the next class. Thank you.